It's Sunday, 11:39 my time, January the 8th. Just thought I'd come on, see if anybody's around, anybody wants to talk. I think that's one thing I found as a retired senior citizen, that oftentimes I'm awake when other people are asleep, and sometimes I don't always have somebody to talk to. So I will try to pop on when I can. And if you're around and you want to talk, just come on and let's talk. You can chat in the chat with me, or you can come up on panel. Whichever you prefer, it's fine with me. So I guess I'll play a video while we're waiting to see if anybody's around. Hold on. Well, heck, here we go. I didn't like how that worked. Let's try something else. Maybe this one will work. Yes, I did get to have a nap. Is it okay, Nikki, if I mod you? My day is going good. I hope your day is going good as well. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Remember how I did it last night. Okay. All right. Hopefully that worked. How are your little ones doing today? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. We're good. Back to school tomorrow for my son. My daughter still has chicken pox, so we'll be off a few more days. It's been a long few weeks. I can just imagine. Well, I hope they're both feeling better. I'm sure your son will be glad to get to go back to school. My daughter had to go back Wednesday and Thursday for teacher work days, and then Friday the kids came back, and so tomorrow she'll start a fresh new week in the fresh new year. I don't know what to talk about. It was sure easier with somebody up here on panel to talk to instead of just talking to myself. I see why everyone always wants somebody to come up on panel with them. So I guess I'll tell you what I had for lunch. I had made a big pot of vegetable beef soup yesterday and some cornbread, and then I had some tomatoes. So I had sliced tomato with mayonnaise on it, and then I had some cornbread. It was very good. I was going to have some of the soup, but I filled up on that, so I didn't need to have soup. Nikki, have you ever come up on panel? Hello. Welcome, welcome. We're just kind of hanging out, chit-chatting a little bit. I really want to have conversation on this channel. You've never gone on panel? Well, you need to. What are you going to make for dinner? Oh, it gets noisy in your house. I can understand that. I'm sure if I try to go live when my granddaughter is here, she'll be trying to get at the computer. She always wants to take my phone, so have to watch her with that. She's 17 months old and she's at that into everything stage. Oh, yummy. Garlic chicken with vegetable rice, and broccoli. That sounds delicious. I like to cook. I'm just not a very good cook. Most of the things that I cook, I don't have recipes and I don't measure. I just kind of throw things together and I know what I like. And so I know, what to make. Um, but sometimes I wish I did know how to do something, with recipes better. So let's see. Let me tell you what my temperature is. It is a beautiful sunny day here in Georgia. Whoops. 64 degrees with a high of 69. It says it's cloudy, but it doesn't look cloudy out there to me. I have recipes from HelloFresh that I use over and over. Oh, that's a good idea. I've never tried any of those services like HelloFresh. It rained all day where you are. That's terrible. Well, I mean, I like plants, so I like to have it, the rain for plants and things like that. But I don't like to be out in the rain, I guess I would say. A little town in South Wales, UK. And that's probably where you've lived all your life. I'm so curious about the UK. Has anything really changed since the Queen passed away? I'm asking you a lot of questions. I'm sorry. So you live in the same town. Do you have family in that area as well? The new 50 pence coins have started to come into circulation. I don't really know what that is. What would that be equivalent to? Oh, Nikki, that is so nice to have family so close by. Does your brother and sister have children? So your kids have cousins to play with? Oh, okay. So now they are going to make currency that has King William on it, I guess. Okay. Well, maybe he will soon. Family's very important. I wish I lived closer to my family, my brother and my sister, but I don't. My brother lives in Illinois, and my sister lives about 6 or 7 hours away in down into Florida. Oh, that's nice. And you have your mom close by too. That's really nice. Yeah. I'm happy for you, Nikki. That's good that you have close family. I think it was Heidi, or maybe it was Harper, that kind of alluded to the fact that you had some trouble, or not trouble, but had some things going on this past year, and that, we're hoping 2023 is everyone's year for, health, wealth, and happiness. Um, so I don't know the situation, but I do hope that you have somebody to talk to about it and that things will get better for you. I know I'm going to have a great 2023, even though I'm turning 60 in 7 days? Today's the 8th. Yeah, 7 days. On January the 15th, I'll turn 60. But it's going to be a great year. You seem like a strong woman to me, so I'm sure you're doing great. Um, and I know you love your kids and you're being a good mom to them, and hopefully that makes you all happy. That's great. I was a single mom of a 17-year-old, so probably a little different situation, but it was still a struggle to try to be mom and dad to my daughter. I have to say, though, I was very lucky because my daughter was old enough that she pretty well knew everything that was going on in our lives, and I didn't have to explain to her about the divorce. I didn't have to, worry about her thinking it was my fault or anything like that, because she was right there with me through everything. And she was definitely a good support for me. Divorce is hard, no matter how old you are or how long you've been married. It's still, the disillusionment of a dream, and it's hard. That's exactly right, Nikki. That's still their dad. And I never said anything bad about my husband either to my daughter. She knew the situation, but they do find out when they get older, and you don't want them to, be mad at you because you said bad things about their dad or anything like that. So you're doing the right thing. Just, be positive and be about your kids and your relationship with them. And I don't know if they get visitation with their dad or not, but don't ever make them feel like you don't want them to go or you don't want them to see their dad. Because that's kids take things different than we think they would, and you don't want them to be upset with you. It's one thing I just never thought I was going to have to deal with, going through a divorce. And it's hard when you get totally blindsided and you're not prepared. Not that you can really prepare for something like that to happen, but I would have liked some notice. I would have liked the respect of having an opportunity to at least discuss things before he left. But that didn't happen. So I just had to, deal with the fact of how things were. Because you definitely can't change a person's mind. Once they've made up their mind, it's pretty much how it is. Yeah, I don't like this not having somebody to talk to. It's like a one-sided conversation. But maybe I'll get used to it. I think if I had a topic that I wanted to talk about, it would be easier as well. Well, that's good that he is at least involved a little bit in their lives. Well, I do have plans. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do. Um, my daughter always takes me out to Red Lobster. That's my favorite restaurant. So she'll take me out to dinner. It falls on a Sunday, and the next day is Martin Luther King Day. So my daughter will be out of school. So I won't necessarily have the baby that Monday. And so a friend of mine invited me to come spend the weekend with her. but I don't know if I'll go Friday night and Saturday, or if I'll go Saturday and Sunday, or if I'll go Sunday and Monday. I usually only have the, Saturday and Sunday without my granddaughter. So I haven't decided yet, but I do want to go and do that. I've been friends with her for over 30 years, and I haven't been able to see her a lot in the past couple months. So I'll go down and visit with her for the weekend, I think. Hello, welcome in. I don't know who it is, but say hello if you like. We're just kind of chit-chatting this morning. Talking some about divorce and talking about me turning 60. Woo-hoo! So weird, though. I don't know why this birthday seems to be bothering me more than, turning 30, 40, 50. But now turning 60 just seems like, wow, I'm getting older. Yeah, I don't know if I can take you along with me or not. She doesn't really understand about YouTube or anything, so I don't know if I'll go live while I'm there or not. Let's see. So what do I have coming up this week? I have the dog's vet appointment Monday afternoon. And on Wednesday, I take my granddaughter to her very first dentist appointment, get her 12 little teeth looked at. And then hopefully one day this week, I'm going to get to go and pick up my new dentures. I can't wait to get them. I'm hoping that they will look nice and fit well, and I can get back to eating crunchy things. Yeah, maybe a video instead. I've already got a couple of videos scheduled to come out this week. And that's another thing. I have to get in the habit of, getting things prepared ahead of time so that I can post them along the way. It's all, pretty new, doing all of this YouTube stuff, but I'm having a good time with it. I really am. I enjoy it. And I hope that there'll be other people in their seniorhood, as I call it, that'll be on YouTube and will find my channel interesting. Well, thank you. Well, we lost somebody. That's okay. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I know that. And it's going to be a slow process of getting people to know about my channel. But that's okay. I have a lot of time. I have a lot of time. Yeah, you're right. As more people find out, hopefully more people will come. And I'm doing the YouTube shorts as well. When I make a video, I make a short to go with it. And that way, I'm hoping that'll kind of, let people know about the channel as well. I only really go to Purple's and Iris channel, so I won't have the opportunity to drop my channel link very often, but maybe I will, branch out to some other channels eventually. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well today, having a good Sunday. We're just chit-chatting this morning. If you have anything you'd like to talk about, let us know. I'm open to any topic anybody wants to discuss. Pretty much open. Yeah, Purple's a sweetheart. So I get a little upset people being mean, picking at her and stuff. I don't like that. I don't like to see anybody get disrespected or mistreated like that. I guess because, we only know people on YouTube as much as people will let us know them. And so sometimes people don't really get to see her heart. So, but I've seen it, and I'll be a supporter of hers as long as, she has her channel. I know it's really not. I would never go somewhere and just be mean to somebody for basically no reason. I mean, I understand people have history and they've had, times where they've maybe had disagreements or even arguments or whatever, but, it's just words. It's not anybody doing anything physical to anybody. So they don't have to be so nasty about it. And people can agree to disagree. You don't have to like everything somebody says or agree with everything. You can disagree and have your own opinion. And I mean, that's what it's, all about, having a sharing of opinions. Some people thrive off being mean, unfortunately. I really think they do. I think they have such miserable lives and nothing going on in their own life to where they just can't be happy for somebody else, and they just have to put that negativity out there. I'm definitely happy for other people when they, do well and have things going on in their lives. I'm very happy for them. And I know a lot of people don't want people to succeed, I guess. Misery loves company. They just want, them to stay miserable like they are. Not too much going on the YouTube streets this morning, from what I can tell. At least not in the channels I'm subscribed to. Let's see. Oops. Buddy is live talking about Karen, Heidi, and Harper. And Justice for All is live. Well, not too many on mine. Yeah. Good morning, Yaya. And yes, I did go to sleep. Harper and Nikki and True Smiles, we all got off last night or this morning about 6 something, almost 7, I think. And I did go to sleep. And then I woke up and I said, well, let's see if anybody's around. And I came on live again. So it's just been me and Nikki talking right now. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you feeling better this morning, Heidi? You want to come up on panel, Heidi? I was just telling Nikki how I don't like not having somebody to talk to. Seems like I'm talking to myself. Okay. Well, you don't have to. Don't ever feel obligated to come up. I'll learn. I'll learn how to talk to myself. It'll be all right. We were just kind of talking about family and how nice it is to have family living close by. What? Oh. Oh, you were saying not really sorry to say about that you're not feeling better. Okay. I guess I asked too many questions, then I have delay in the responses. Yes, you're right. COVID is rubbish. I luckily, knock on wood, have not had it yet. I've had 2 vaccines, but I never did get the booster. I have to make an intro, I guess. Maybe I'll work on that later today. Your second time having COVID? Yeah. And you had it twice last year, Nikki? Oh my goodness. I was under the impression that once you had it, you'd build up some immunity to it, but obviously not. I guess because it keeps, what is it they call, when it, boy, I drew a blank. What is the word? Mutates. When the virus mutates into different viruses, and I guess you can catch that one as well. Oh, wow. That's interesting, Heidi, that you had it, a year apart exactly. And Nikki having it, 6 months apart. That's rough too. Well, I hope everyone gets well and nobody gets it in 2023. Maybe this will be the year it goes away. Yeah, that's the problem. The symptoms of it are also symptoms of, of just a common cold, bronchitis, pneumonia, the flu. You really don't know what's wrong with you. And if you don't test, I mean, and I could have had it, I guess, and didn't know um, that I had it, but I've been tested like 6 times. So every time I, go to the doctor not feeling well, they always want to run a test to make sure. Yeah, so it's definitely attacks the upper respiratory system. Yeah. Well, when you have, a cold, usually, it'll, you don't get the tiredness and the body aches and all of that. That's what makes me think it's, like the flu. You kind of have all kinds of symptoms, and you can have the stomach issues along with it too. But Heidi, do you find that because of your fibromyalgia, that even viruses like stomach bug or anything like that kind of it affects you worse than it would somebody without the fibromyalgia? Well, I have the body aches all the time. Yeah. Well, that's true. I wasn't thinking about that. You probably do. Bless your heart. I know it's got to be rough. Oh, yay. Yay. Heidi's going to come up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, do I need to drop the link again? Let me do that. Oh, I'm a little slow. Y'all have to forgive me. I'm old. There we go. I got to quit saying that. I got to quit saying I'm old. I'm not old. I don't feel old. I don't feel 60. Honestly, mentally, I feel about 18. All right. I'm trusting that's you, ma'am.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
Oh, I can't believe I slept this long.
Well, see, we lulled you into a deep sleep last night. Okay,
Yeah,
Nikki. I couldn't believe Harper and I talked that long.
that's cool though. She's a great person.
Yeah, she seems like it. We really have a lot in common. The more we talked, the more we found we had in common. So that was nice.
Yeah. No, you were asking about the symptoms and stuff, and it just like for me, I have pain all the time. So, but it does exasperate that. Also, it's worse.
Right.
But you don't know if you're having just a flare up, or the weather or whatever. So you just never know.
Yeah, I don't have that, but I have a little bit of arthritis. But I understand what you mean because sometimes it's affected by the weather. Um, some days it's worse than other days. So
Yeah.
but it's always lurking there.
It's usually if we have a front coming through, you know, a rainstorm or a snowstorm or
Yeah.
yeah, this time it's just like it's in my chest and like I'm a head cold. My husband last time he had a fever of 104.
Oh my.
This time he had like 100, almost 100, 102, 102.5, and I got up to 99. I don't get the fevers he does, and I
Yeah.
don't know if that's because of the fibro. But when I get a fever of any kind, it feels twice as worse.
Right. Well, and I was going to say too, I know with the diabetes, I don't get fevers um, very often. And I did run a fever when I had the pneumonia. And I was actually like, oh, my body's actually trying to fight this,
Yeah,
because normally I don't even run a fever. So, but 104, that's
yeah,
serious.
yeah. Well, we had him packed down with ice and stuff, so
Yeah.
because he wasn't about to go to the emergency room.
I hate going to the emergency room.
Hmm.
Our hospital has a urgent care that is basically for non-emergency, type things, but you can walk in there. And I went there first, and they were like, you need to go on to the emergency room because I wanted to be tested for the flu and everything. And they're like, we don't do that. You have to go to the emergency room. And I went, and it was packed. And I think I was there probably 8 hours before I actually found out what was wrong and found out I was being admitted.
Yeah.
And then they didn't have any beds. So then I stayed in the emergency room for like 24 hours until they had a bed. And I kept saying, can't I go home and just give me prescription, because I really didn't want to stay in the hospital anyway. But I ended up staying for 3 days.
Ugh. My mom, when she got COVID, she was in the hospital a month.
Oh my gosh.
They tried to get her to sign a do not resuscitate, and she asked if my stepdad could come in and sit by her, and they said no, and she told them to shove the DNR up their asses.
She sounds like a spunky woman.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, she's gonna be 80 the day after my birthday, and she looks like she's in her 60s still.
Wow.
And
That's great.
she's a go-getter, but after she had the COVID, she was on oxygen. I mean, we almost lost her, we really did.
Mm.
And there was some divine intervention there somewhere, because she has both emphysema and what's the other, asthma.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so it probably really affected her lungs.
Yeah, and she was on oxygen for a year, almost a year almost 2 years after it.
Oh,
She
wow.
just got off the. She just got off of it a few months ago. She had her heart surgery. I don't know, was that a year? Not a year ago, because it was when I was on. Still had my channel, and
Why did
they
she have,
did her surgery.
why did she have to
She
have
had
heart surgery?
one of her her arteries, the flap wouldn't close,
Oh,
so that was one of the reasons why she wasn't getting oxygen also, so they went in to repair that. And
okay.
then just this October she had lower back surgery, so
And that's a
she's up.
rough surgery too.
Yeah, she's still recovering for that, but she was able to get to Arizona for the winter, so that's all she cared about.
Goodness. Hmm. Yep, she seems like a very spunky woman.
Oh, she is. Oh, is it cold?
It's cold where you're at.
Yes,
Mm.
it's 21.
Ooh. I think I said it was like 64 here when I checked a little bit ago. Oh, it's up to 67. When I first moved
It
here,
feels like 10.
yeah, when I first moved down here, we left Indiana in November, and it was winter coats and snow and cold. We get down here and it's like 70. And well, I wanted to go swimming when we got to the hotel, and they were like, "Our pool's closed. We close it in September." And I'm like, "Why would you close it? It's so nice here." They're like, "No, this is winter." And I'm like, "Oh, you don't know what winter is."
Hmm.
And then I would see people, in jackets and sweaters, and I'm like, "It's 70. That's short weather. That's not jackets."
But when you're down there, just like when I lived in Florida, it was the same thing. But when you're down there after a long period of time, you become acclimated to that and you start doing the same thing.
Yeah, but when it's 90 to 100, 70 feels really good.
Oh, yeah.
you know, I mean, I would love it to be 70 all year round if it could. That would
You
be
said
fun.
70s or low 80s, no humidity would be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. They say Arizona has that dry
They
humidity.
do. They
We
do.
have a
When
really
I used
wet.
to go there, it was great for me.
Hmm.
But I couldn't live there all the time next to my mom. I love her to death, but she'd drive me nuts.
Yeah.
God, don't shoot me down for that.
No, don't feel bad about it. It's it,
And I've
it
been there
doesn't mean it doesn't mean you don't love her. It's just,
no, I've
and
been there so many times, and I'd go for a month, and at the end, I was going for almost a month at a time.
yeah.
But she's very anal retentive, and if you don't pick up this, you don't pick that. If you leave a hairbrush on the counter, she'd come after you. It's like, oh Lord. And she won't let me use their car. I mean,
What?
no, no,
Crazy.
you know, because I don't know how to quote drive in that kind of traffic. Oh, but I've lived in Florida for 10 years or 7 years, so okay.
It's funny because I taught my daughter how to drive, and now she's a better driver than I am. And if I'm driving, she'll be like, "Pay attention to the road. Don't be looking at me. Don't be talking to me." you know. And I'm
Mhm.
like, I got this. I'm fine. But it's funny because I used to have to tell her that.
Right. I won't drive with my boys in the car or my husband because they always pick on me. So I'm like, you drive.
Yeah. And I'll even say to her, "Am I driving this car or are you driving this car?" It's like, if you want to drive, go ahead and drive, because she's not a good passenger at all. But
Yeah.
like, no, you drive. It's like, well, I really don't want to drive if you're going to criticize me the whole time. But it's funny. And I'm like, I taught you how to drive. I know how to drive. I just sometimes don't pay attention.
Right. I don't drive a lot anymore. I mean, I do when I go to the doctors if my husband doesn't go with me, but a lot of times he'll come with me because he wants to know what's going on because I forget a lot.
Yeah.
And then, but if I have to go just get blood work done or um, simple things, he'll get me my cigarettes when he stops at the gas station. So
Yeah. Is that Are they getting more and more expensive with the way the
Yeah,
prices are
yeah.
going up?
They've been pretty stable this last year, but I was just talking to Lori last night because this is the year I want to quit. And especially with the Hashimoto's now and everything. And I want to try vape. I had tried vaping years ago, but it was too harsh for me.
Yeah.
And she has she's a vapes now, so I was talking to her about it, and my husband doesn't want me to start vaping because he thinks I'll just use
Right.
that now
The
instead of
other, yeah.
smoking, which
I
is probably true.
I have a friend that does the vape, but she also smokes, but she doesn't smoke near as much as she did without the vape. But she likes the vape because you can do it in, indoors and when you
Well,
go
yeah,
things like that, so it's better. I smoked for about 16 years before I had my daughter. And it's very hard to quit. It really is. I don't think a lot of people realize how hard it is to quit, but it's a mental thing. You have to really want to quit and
I quit once for
figure out a
four
way,
years.
you know.
I quit for 4 years once.
Wow. Why did you start back?
I moved home to Wisconsin, and all my girlfriends smoked.
Oh, okay.
It was bum one here and there, thinking, "Oh, I don't need it.
Yeah. I
But
won't get back in the habit of it. Yeah.
oh well.
But even though I've been quit for 20 plus years, if I picked them up again, I'd be a smoker. It's just, you
I
know,
don't. I smoke like in the winter right now. I'm lucky if I smoke half a pack.
well, then this is a good time to
Yeah,
keep limiting how many you smoke until you get down to where you're not smoking at all.
yeah. But summers are really hard,
Yeah.
and all my friends smoke yet too. So it's like, ugh.
Well, when I quit, my husband still smoked, and that was kind of hard. Um,
Yeah, not, I mean, I
he
never smoke in
eventually
the
quit,
house.
but yeah, no, we didn't smoke in the house either. But back then, when I smoked, you could smoke everywhere.
Right. We used to be able to smoke at our jobs,
Yeah.
and I worked for an insurance company.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have our little smokeless ashtrays at our desk, and we could sit and smoke and enter those claims in the computer.
Yeah. Well, I quit when I was working, and we actually had a non smoking break room and a smoking break room. And so when I started working there, I smoked. So I met everybody that smoked. And then I quit. So then I was in the other break room, and everybody's like, "What are you doing in here?" It's like, well, I don't smoke anymore. So I'm coming in here now. And then some of the people that smoked, they would come in there just to talk. They're like, "You should come in here and talk to us." And it's like, yeah, not with a room full of smokers. Thank you. I'm
Right.
trying to stay away from that right now. So, but I did enough damage to my lungs when I did smoke. I don't have COPD or emphysema, but when I get like the pneumonia or whatever, I have asthma, I have shortness of breath, I have chest pain. I mean, they're not as good as they should be, but I'm
Yeah.
sure they're better since I quit. But
Well, they can actually heal themselves in time.
yeah, well, I guess they probably have because when I had the pulmonary function test last year, and it was I didn't even have the beginning signs of emphysema or COPD, which I was sure I was going to show that, but I didn't. So maybe they have healed themselves. So that would be great if they did, because I'm going to
Yeah.
live to be 100.
Oh, don't know if I want to live to be that old, but
Yeah, no. As long as my
my
mind is okay, but if my
yes,
body doesn't work and my mind is gone, then I don't want to, I don't want to live like that. But
yeah.
I have a feeling my body will deteriorate before my brain does. But you never know that, what is it? Dementia and Alzheimer's can get you,
Right.
which that would be horrible. But you wouldn't know how bad you felt. So
True.
I don't know.
I
But my
don't want
daughter's
to put my
not going to
husband
live
and kids through
forever.
that.
No, oh no. And that's like with the diabetes, there's possibility I'll lose a foot or a leg or something. And I've already told my daughter
Mhm.
I want to be in a nursing home so they'll take care of me with that. I don't want to burden her, with having to try to take care of me like that or whatever. She's like, I'm not putting you in a nursing home. I'm like, well, you're not going to just let me lay in a bed either. It's like somebody will have to help me. But hopefully that doesn't happen.
No.
At least I'm praying it doesn't happen.
Well, if you're swimming and taking care of yourself and taking your medicine properly, you're doing all the right things.
Yeah, I just wish I had not been in denial for so long and had been doing better things. But it's
Yeah.
funny how you'll take care of everybody else and care about everybody else's health and everything, but you don't really care about yourself when you're doing all that.
Get out of there.
And it wasn't until I just had to take care of myself that it kind of clicked that, oh yeah, I do need to take care of myself.
Right. My younger brother, he's 53, 54, 54. And he was diagnosed 2 years ago with, is it type A diabetes where you don't need medication?
Okay.
And he was handling it pretty good, but I think now he takes like a pill every day.
Yeah. See,
And
mine started out where I took a couple of different pills. I didn't have to take insulin at first, and then it progresses, and then I got started taking the insulin, and after a while, then it's like you take so much insulin that you gain weight because of the insulin. And I know I had one friend that I used to work with. She was a type 1 diabetic where you get it when you're a kid. And so she had to be on insulin. And when she was an adult, she realized that the more insulin she took, the more weight she would gain. So she would deliberately not take her insulin so she could lose a few pounds. And that jeopardizes, her health
oh,
because
yeah.
she doesn't make any insulin. So she needs to be taking it.
Yeah. And that's like with the Hashimoto's that I have, because my thyroid tests still come up normal. And and I've gained so much weight back, that it's just like, oh my God, I want to just, not literally, but just hurt,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And they put me on the levothyroxine, a really low dose of it.
Uh,
And
I
I'm
take that
still
too.
gaining. I'm still gay. It's like, come on, people. Why make people suffer like this?
Well, and it just seems like so many of the medications for the different illnesses, they have such bad side effects. But yet,
Mm-hmm.
there is a benefit in taking it, but then you also have the side effects from even just from the medication. So that's why I was surprised I lost 15 pounds swimming. Um, Not really trying to, but just being more active because all the medication I take, it just seems like over the years I haven't been able to lose weight. And then they say the older you get, the less your metabolism works, and so it makes it even harder.
Well, in my autoimmune diseases, my metabolism's very low anyway.
Right.
We were talking about it last night.
Yeah. And then I had a hysterectomy when I was 40
Yeah.
and had my ovaries taken out also, and didn't take hormone replacement. So I feel like I did go through menopause, naturally, I would say. And I think that has affected it as well.
Yeah. I took I had a partial at 37, and then I had my ovaries taken out about 7 years ago. And they put me on Premarin, and I just got off the Premarin. And they said, "Oh, you should lose weight now because you're getting off the Premarin." No.
Yeah, my daughter gained. She took the shot. You get a shot in the arm every 3 months for her birth control back before she had my granddaughter, and she gained a lot of weight with that. And then she went on the pill after she had my granddaughter, and she gained weight with the pill too. So she said she doesn't like birth control.
Yeah. See, when I used to take it, I used to lose weight.
Really?
Yeah. But that was way when I was younger.
Yeah. Is that your phone?
Yeah. Harper just texted me.
Oh,
She needs to talk to me.
uh-oh.
I guess shit's going down in Buddies.
Oh, okay. Well, if you have to go, I understand.
All right, I'm going to jump down for a little bit
Okay.
and check out what's going on because Purple's supposedly going up on his panel now.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to get off too, and I'll go watch too.
Okay.
All right. Bye,
Bye.
Nikki.
Bye.
Bye.